In 2019, there was a competition of epic proportions. Things were really heating up.
I feel this is rigged.
I don't think it's fair.
It's insane.
They're out for blood.
Good luck.
But only one team came out victorious. And only one team is returning.
We're back.
I love the fact that Oregon hop farms were battling out for beers.
I think we were a part of it before we even knew that it was a competition.
I have not brewed beer before, which seems surprising being a hop grower, but I've traded a lot of hops for beer.
I'm putting in some work today, so I hope what we produce is award-winning beer per se.
We have this tailgate that we do in November, and it's called We Grow Your Beer. And we started this really to engage the hop industry, the brewers, and the food science fermentation program. And then in 2019, we brought in 4 hop farms, made beers, and then we had a friendly competition at the tailgate to see who won.
Coleman Ag brought home the trophy, and our name's on the back, and there's no other names, and that's how we want to keep it.
And then we had something happen, I can't remember what. Oh, the pandemic kept us out for a few years. So when we started resurrecting this tailgate, we decided it would be great if we paired them up with brewers.
This is something that's way more interactive than just going to a hop farm and grabbing your hops once a year.
We want to know the farmer as opposed to just going to the grocery store and buying that thing, because we're big fans of being able to help manipulate into making a hop better.
Working with the Hop Research Council and the Oregon Hop Commission, it's just a way to collaborate and get more involvement in the industry on all these different projects.
There's a reason that breweries all across the country fly fresh hops from McKay Farms, Coleman Ag, Crosby, everybody.
There is specific hops that you can grow here that are from here that really, put us on the map.
These top 15 hops that you see being sold went through rigorous testing.
We have Oregon State right here, one of the best hop research institutions ever. And so the work that comes out of here funnels out to all these farms.
All the stainless work and food grade quality of equipment they have here is very top tier.
There's a lot of buttons and switches on this that I don't think I'm qualified to mess with. It only makes sense that Oregon State would have this kind of facility to help develop the next craft brewers, and that trickles down to me as a hop farmer, and I think it's great.
I think Oregon Trail Brewery has the home field advantage. When it gets late in the brew, that's really the difference maker. So, Oregon Trail Brewery was one of the earlier craft breweries in the Northwest that really helped start this craft brew renaissance that's happened. There's some character there, and it's not all just pushing buttons on fancy, stainless steel. But we're fortunate to be able to do a brew here with Pat and Ethan.
This will be my first time brewing beer, and it's on this beautiful setup. We brought our 2B, which is a experimental variety from our West Coast hop breeding company. And then we brought Cascade that's grown on the farm, a Chinook that's locally grown. So all the hops are from the St. Paul area.
And we're using some pretty experimental hops. They've never been used in a beer, and there's no real way to test a hop profile in a beer without doing just multiple brews. We're going to go a little bit lower on the bittering hops, but we'll still do some nice dry hop additions to try to get some of Pat and Ethan's hops to pop so you can get a good aroma and whatnot. I wouldn't call it an IPA, but like a bigger pale ale.
My grandpa started the farm where we're at currently. I grew up on Mahoney Road, which is headquarters of Coleman Farms et al. We do other crops as well as hops, but hops is our biggest crop by acres and our main crop. We are making a West Coast IPA because hops. Today we brought Simcoe, Mosaic, and Citra.
We chose it mostly for the Simcoe and Mosaic that they grow there, but also Garrett from Coleman Ag is a big fan of a beer that we just released called Electric Surfboard that utilizes an enzyme, beta-glucosidase, to help lower the perception of the alcohol in the beer, which ideally we're making a 7% IPA. It's going to drink like a 5.5% IPA, and the judging's at a tailgate, so the lower the alcohol perception, probably the better it's going to work.
We're partnered with Brian from Worthy, who actually, was an Oregon State graduate. My sister's husband and him were in the same fraternity together.
We used to just drink Keystone Light all the time and be degenerates. Now we're making a kick-ass craft beer. And it just brings two friends together, brings a really amazing farm and Worthy together, so very exciting. I love what this department has and the tools and equipment that were at our disposal.
We have a fully automated brew house. It does a good job of taking care of itself. I mean, I'm brewing right now. Sometimes the brewery doesn't behave like it should, and sometimes things happen. So you might get dusty, you might get malt, you might get sprayed with yeast. Every day is something new.
Being able to come brew the beer that, we grew the hops for is also really cool.
It's a pale focusing on Vista, which is a hop that I've never used, a hop that Jeff hasn't used. It's going to showcase the hop really well, not overly bitter, and with the big dry hop and Whirlpool editions, just focus on this hop. Vista sounds cool too. If you're going to vote, you're going to say, you know what sounds cool? Vista. I want Vista in my life.
I'm the first one to graduate from Oregon State in our family, mostly focused on the business side and the accounting, and kind of wish I could come back and do some brewing now. I'm a fourth generation farmer. My great grandpa bought the original farm in 1920, so we've been there just over 100 years.
I graduated through the Oregon State fermentation program in 2016, and I've been brewing at Deschutes for 7 years. We just have a really good group of people that we work with and a great company culture. Experiences like this are part of the reason why I'm still in the industry. It's like getting to come back to Oregon State and meet with the professors and meet with these hop growers. The experience is awesome to have.
It's probably the most satisfying part of my job, to have students come back successful and to see what's happening with our program and be involved with the vision that we've had since 1996 when we started the program.
We relied on Deschutes to kind of come up with a recipe. I picked varieties that I thought played well together, and then I let them develop the fine details about it. The hops we brought today are Strata, which is an Oregon State selected hop. We brought Cascade from this harvest, and then we also brought Mackenzie, which is part of West Coast Hop Breeding, which is a breeding company that was founded here in Oregon that we are a member of. And we just think that Oregon hops are the best with the aromas that we have and the regional aspect of it.
Oregonians in general, I think, really back small, artisanal family farms, and there's a sense of pride in buying things that are Oregon local. It's all of us working towards and appreciating a common commodity that is just so central to our lives.